At Seek TV, I'm about to get ready to do a deep breakdown, do the requests. I finally got a chance to get to Bernie Mac. And first off, I'm gonna delve deep into the rabbit hole, and I'm actually gonna be discussing him in depth, and I'm gonna be kind of verging off to really fully, and to other people as well, to fully graph this whole thing together. But as you can see, first off, this is an episode on season 5, episode 22, the Bernie's Angels. And actually on this episode, he's like preparing for death. I'm gonna show you some clips and I'm gonna chime in.
You can take them anywhere.
Children?
You see that he's dead on this episode. He's dead.
What are we supposed to do up here? You don't need this where you're going. Might burn up.
Mr. Mack, I'm going to take your blood pressure.
You see this right here? How he was dreaming, how he was basically dead on the episode. And before this is Bernie's Angels. Before that, he had the episode called Growing Pains. And we already know how they said that he died from, from a problem with his lungs, if I'm not mistaken. And as you see, though, we all know about Bernie Mac. Remember, he started out as a comedian locally in Chicago, killing the scene. But, eventually, once he blew up, remember, they gave him a television show. And notice he got the Masonic checkerboard. You know what I'm saying? And this episode, actually, he was seeing with Vanessa be able to manage money. You know what I mean? And it's just all symbolic. Hint that the Bernie's Angels episode, it was like, what would they do if he died? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to delve deep into this because this right here is real deep. But we all remember it's actually a movie that came out in 1988 or 89. And it's called Dead. They got the hint called Dead Funny. But the movie is called Weekend at Bernie's. And what it was about these guys who killed their employer and try to pretend he is dead, alive, when a hitman comes to finish him off. And as you can see, it say Bernie may be dead, but he's still the life of the party. And we already know Bernie Mac was huge in a sense of entertaining the people, you know what I'm saying? And as you see, I'm going to delve into this later on, but let me just bring this up. Hint, remember I said the Bernie's Angels? And hint, this came out way after the fact, but Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle with Bernie Mac, Lucy Liu, all of them was on it. This came out, I think, a few years before that episode. But I'm going to delve into that in a second as well because it gets deep. But if you remember Above the Rim, we all know the movie Above the Rim with Pac. Remember, Pac killed Bernie Mac. Remember, he killed him when he woke him up from his sleep. Remember, I'm going to play the clip.
Wake up. Wake up.
You know what I'm saying? This stuff is deep.
Recognize, motherfucker.
You see what I'm saying? You see that right there. And you know what I mean? Remember, because on that, remember he was exposing that Pac was Shepard's brother. Remember that? That's why they killed him on the movie. Hint, we already know how people already know about Bernie Mac. I'm actually going to play a clip from another video about Bernie Mac when we already know he was trying to expose the cloning. I'm going to get into that later on. But this is another episode, another scene of Bernie Mac dying. Remember the Players Club.
So what you want us to do, Saint? You want...
Oh, get down!
I'm gonna do something to make you feel great.
Remember that they kidnapped him and they killed him on the Players Club. They blew the Players Club up, you know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is crazy. And remember, it's on the movie Soul Men with Bernie Mac. I'm actually going to play a clip from one of the songs on the movie. And it was actually, what tripped me out about that is actually the movie Soul Men had 33 songs. You know what I mean? That right there literally tripped me out because 33, you already know, is the 33 degrees of masonry. But I'm going to delve into this. Just pay attention to this clip.
Pull a string and I'll wink at you. I'm your puppet.
You're there pulling strings, I'm your puppet. You know what I'm saying? And what got me tripped out about all of this because um like I said, it literally had 33 songs on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that tripped me out about this. And it's so deep because going back to the whole Charlie's Angels aspect, on the Charlie's Angels movie, what tripped me out about this is I'm actually play a clip from the movie because it was a scene on there where him and Shia LaBeouf, you know what I mean, were talking. It's deep stuff because they was talking about the movie Clueless. I'm gonna pull that up and chime in. Aspect of Charlie's Angels, like I said, Bernie Mac and Shia LaBeouf was so deep about this is how they're literally talking about Colonel Mustard and Professor Plum, who was basically framed for a murder, you know, for killing Mrs. White. You know what I mean? With the revolver or stabbed to death. It was in that range, you know what I'm saying? The board game Clueless.
Looking at Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard.
It's Professor Plum. You can.
Who did it? Damn it, I know who did it.
You know what I'm saying? This stuff gets deep, man. As you can see, you know what I mean? This stuff is serious because they already talk about it. Look how Bernie Mac was saying America won't give him a show because he talks too much.
But do I have a television show? No.
I'll hold him, man.
I ain't got no television show. Why? Because you scared of me. Scared I'm going to say something. You motherfucker right. Think I won't say something? Let me tell you something. Y'all been fucking with me for a long time, you know? But I'm back. Shit, me and Jim Brown will tear this motherfucker up, man.
You hear what I'm saying? Like, look at that. Like, and what got me too is so deep about this is because on the Bernie Mac show, like I said, I'm gonna play the clip right here. About when they came to his house on the Bernie Mac show, and this is basically like when they was taking him, you know what I mean, somewhere incognito.
Then he started getting movies, but way before then, he was just doing comedian. Didn't show Bernie nothing. When Bernie started getting his feet wet, they started taking him to Pandora's box. His mind was blown. But then they put him under the oath where he won't talk. You know, throw the gold up here and there, put your hands in pyramid. That's the oath. So as Bernie started making more money, his name became House.
Notice that actor right there when anybody get ready to take him. You know what I mean? Notice that actor right there. It's literally the same actor. His name is Rick, actually. And he's an actor who played on the movie Hostel, which was all about you being under oath, you know what I mean? And they was doing a lot of brutal stuff, killing people and things of the such. You know what I'm saying? Notice it's the same actor. That's not by mistake, you know what I mean?
Household name.
And notice how
they started taking Bernie to
how Bernie Mac is literally under basically being taken somewhere, like I said, incognito to see things that is not announced to the general public. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is deep. It's the same actor. You know what I mean? The movie Hostel is a crazy movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane. Like, for instance, the stuff they're doing to people. You feel me? Stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually going to delve even deeper than that because Bernie Mac actually was already talking about his will and testament if I die. Just pay attention.
Shit, I don't want nobody driving my boat. I don't want nobody sitting up there. You know, if I die all of a sudden, they gonna be penniless. I don't want nobody to enjoy shit. I don't want nobody driving my boat. I don't want nobody sitting up there. You know,
You see what I'm saying? Like, this stuff gets deep. You feel me? And I'm actually about to even go even deeper into it because going back to the whole Charlie's Angels, it's actually an actress. Her name was Tanya Roberts, and she died recently. I think like late December. She just died. She was a Bond girl, a James Bond girl, and she was on Charlie's Angels, and she died. And she actually played on that '70s show. And I'm about to delve deep into this because Tanya Roberts on a movie called Sins of Desire, where basically she was trying to see she posed as a nurse at a clinic where her sister mysteriously died at. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole theme of the movie. And to go even deeper into it, she played on a show called, a movie called More Than a Murder back in the 80s. And on the View to Kill, the James Bond movie, she was literally hanging off the bridge. You know what I'm saying? And the same day that she died, she died at 65. Stephen Curry had a home. I mean, he actually played um against Portland Trailblazers. You get what I'm saying? And when you understand Golden State Warriors, the Golden State Warrior logo is a bridge, as you see. It's a bridge. You know what I'm saying? So like basically this stuff is deep because he dropped 62 points 70 days before his birthday. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And to even get deeper into that, she played on That 70s Show. Remember I said that he dropped 70, I mean he dropped 62 points the same day she died. And on the movie with James Bond, she was hanging off the bridge. Golden State's Warrior logo is a bridge. And he did that 70 days before his birthday. She played on That 70s Show. That's how this stuff goes. All of this stuff is already predictive programmed. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how. And she was on Charlie's Angels, like I said. And like I said, she was a Bond girl. And you see her and James Bond, aka Sean Connery, died the same year. A couple months apart. But I'm about to even go back deeper into the whole aspect of Bernie Mac. Because Bernie Mac, you already know they were the kings of comedy. You know what I'm saying? And what's deep about that is actually a goddess who was known as the goddess of comedy. You feel what I mean? She was known as the goddess of comedy. And what happened with her was she literally died trying to protect her 3 friends. And she became a pine tree. And look at Bernie Mac, and he has 3 friends. You know what I mean? And he dies. You get what I'm saying? She literally became a pine tree. And I'm going to go into that because Bernie Mac, as you know, they gave him a street in Chicago on 69th. You know what I mean? It's Sangamon Street on West 69th. You know what I mean? We already know 69 represents nothing but but duality, and Bernie Mac is literally a Libra. You know what I mean? A Libra does what? A Libra represents nothing but the balance, the justice. You know what I'm saying? And it's deep about that because when you look at it, like how I said, she became a pine tree. We already know pine represents things of higher stature like immortality, eternity, etc. It's a land of prosperity. I mean, it's a tree representing prosperity and immortality. Notice how Bernie Mac, like I said, his street is literally on Singamon Street, which literally means the land of milk and honey. So you see how all this stuff ties in, man. You feel what I'm saying? It all ties in. You feel where I'm going with this? Like this stuff is deep. You feel me? And they literally be playing these roles right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? They be setting these people up from the get-go. You know what I mean? Like this stuff is deep right here. And it's like literally, because like I said, Hathalia is literally the goddess of comedy. You know what I mean? But I'm going to delve deeper into this because let's watch some more clips. Listen to this guy.
I know after we got out there, didn't seem like we knew God at all, but
Listen to that.
I know after we got out there, didn't seem like we knew God at all, but
Come on, man. Listen to this guy. Let's go into DL Hughley's side.
Uh-huh.
Was that the most successful comedy tour ever at that point?
Yes, it was at that point.
Okay. Now, you talked about how there was almost another tour.
Right.
But there was essentially a beef between Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey?
Yes.
You talk about that?
Well, I think we were, I remember I was at the...
I went to the Kings of Comedy show in Oakland.
Oh, yeah.
And talked about how you feel that the beef between Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey was because Steve Harvey was getting a lot of network love during the time and Bernie Mac not so much?
Yeah, and then Bernie started to get it. And then he could make his own decision. He could decide that this is what he wanted to do, and he made a different decision.
I don't think anyone saw it coming. Did you see
Well,
it
I
coming
kind
at all?
of. Well, here's the thing, and I talk about this all the time. It had been a couple of weeks earlier. We gotten a similar call,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
where they talked about how Bernie was gone. We called, and of course, it wasn't true. So I was on this really tough run. I was.
Like, just listen to these guys, man. Like, it's just plus with his son, you know how his son, D.L. Hughley's son had got killed as well. I don't think this was too long ago. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually going to play this clip as well. Just listen to this guy.
Young black men killed because the most young black men who are in prison have learning disabilities. They are dyslexic in some way, audio or idio. They can't hear or they can't understand their process. 85% of men in prison. So to somebody of a different, because it will cripple him. It'll be. You could literally get your son killed by not getting him ready for a world that won't see him that way. So I think for a lot of his existence, a lot of his growing up.
Okay.
Come on, man. They always do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like they literally be playing. They literally be playing in front of the camera for us, and they all go on Oprah. You know what I mean? Like this stuff. Steve Harvey, if you remember, after this whole situation, Steve Harvey really shot high. Remember, he got the Family Feud, the TV show. He just started going through the roof. And you notice, look at what happened with him again. He did it as well with Lori Harvey. You know what I'm saying? So, sold her to the market. Letting her get passed around here and there. You know what I mean? Because as he said himself, Steve Harvey himself even said that he got to do what he got to do to get that dollar. He don't care about what's doing what's right. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this stuff these people do, man, it's just all right in our face. And they be acting like they're so remorseful and everything, but at the end of the day, they look at that account, you know what I mean? The deal is done. You know what I'm saying? I just really want to delve into Bernie Mac and just really want to tap into this whole aspect because this stuff it's deep, you know what I mean? And it's crazy that this stuff go down like this, but like I said, at the end of the day, you see he's standing right on the Masonic checkerboard, you know what I'm saying? The checkered floor. And it's deep. But I'm gonna actually end that right here. Thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Stay tuned. Much more is coming. Peace.